Imagine standing in front of your bathroom mirror at like 7 in the morning. You're absolutely exhausted, and you realize the face staring back at you belongs to a total stranger.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a terrifying thought.
Right, and it's not amnesia, it's just the result of wearing this perfectly agreeable professional mask for so long that your brain has literally forgotten your true personality.
I mean, that deeply unsettling moment is just one of the visceral stops on our journey today.
Exactly. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission today is to unpack what is undoubtedly the must-read book of the season. We're talking about Lanterns in the Dark, Life Lessons in a Changing World by BernsPen.
And we are approaching this not as some collection of, lighthearted self-help platitudes. This is a rigorous, intensely emotional exploration of the human psyche.
It really is, because the darkness BernsPen writes about isn't some abstract global conflict. It's the quiet despair of a broken heart.
Or the gnawing, paralyzing anxiety of an unknown future.
Yeah, and that suffocating weight of realizing you have an unfulfilled dream. I have to ask you, the listener, have you ever felt completely adrift in a vast, unpredictable ocean where the storms rage so fiercely you just lose sight of the shore?
I think we all have at some point.
Right. And this book is essentially a literary life raft, one that doesn't just keep you afloat, but actually teaches you how to navigate by the stars.
And every gripping narrative starts with a moment of crisis, right?
Yeah.
BernsPen kicks off with this brilliantly relatable, inciting incident from childhood.
Oh, the science fair project. I love this part. The author recounts being a 10-year-old pushed to the absolute brink by a solar system model.
The scene is incredibly vivid. You have these ink smudges on the meticulously drawn planets.
Right. Ink smudges, wires tangled into a bird's nest, and a lopsided cardboard Earth that just completely refuses to spin on its axis.
And fueling this entire meltdown is a mug of lukewarm cocoa.
The sheer despair only a fifth grader at midnight can truly feel. But okay, let's unpack this for a second, because I want to push back on this a bit.
Go for it.
How does a lopsided cardboard planet actually translate to the heavy emotional stakes of adult survival? Because comparing a school project to, adult trauma seems a bit disproportionate.
I completely get that. But this is a masterclass in building tension around everyday moments. We usually romanticize resilience as this massive phoenix rising from the ashes of grand trauma.
Like you need a movie-level tragedy to build character.
Exactly. But BernsPen shows us that the unseen wellspring of fortitude is actually born in these micro-struggles.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, in that midnight scene, the child's brain is hitting a wall of frustration. And the author introduces this concept of one more step thinking.
It's that quiet voice whispering, just one more try. Change this one thing.
Right. And tweaking that single wire made the model spin.
I mean, it was jerky, it was lopsided, but there was motion.
Which challenges you, as the reader, to reflect on your own childhood mini-victories. You realize you already have this innate capacity to overcome the impossible.
So from that childhood spark, the stakes escalate and we move into adulthood where the map suddenly just vanishes.
Chapter 2. The Fog.
Yeah, Chapter 2. The author finishes college only to find their clear path dissolving into this swirling fog of aimlessness. Everyone else is landing jobs, but the author is failing interviews.
You can feel that insidious creeping doubt of the unknown creeping in.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. The way they handle this tension reads like a suspense thriller. You have a protagonist who realizes standing still means freezing, so they have to keep moving in the dark.
What's fascinating here is how the author redefines faith to deal with this.
Right, stripping away the religious dogma.
Exactly. It's not about religious dogma at all. It's presented as a vital survival tool. It's a profound trust in life's unfolding. And the author uses this strategy of micro-movements.
Like taking odd jobs, or volunteering just to create some kind of motion.
Right. Generating data points by moving and embracing the wisdom of not knowing.
Which is such a counterintuitive idea when you're terrified.
It is, but it connects directly to Chapter 9, where they stand at this metaphorical cliff.
Oh man, leaving the stable career and the familiar city.
Yes, leaving safety for a terrifying new path. And to beat the illusion of certainty, the author visualizes the absolute worst-case scenario.
Which kind of strips the fear of its teeth, right?
Precisely. And then they take what they call courageous tiny steps, like packing one single box, or making one exploratory phone call to manage that paralyzing fear.
It's brilliant. But, the real villain in this literary journey isn't the unpredictable job market or the metaphorical cliff.
No, Wisma.
It's the suffocating armor the author builds to survive those environments. The mask. In Chapter 7, the author describes wearing a mask in their early professional life.
This carefully constructed persona, perpetually upbeat, unfailingly agreeable.
Yes. The darkness there is that constant dissonance between the true self and the polished exterior. It's like an undercover spy who has been in deep cover so long they completely forget their real identity.
It is exhausting just reading about it. And this is where the emotional stakes truly peak. Because the energy required to maintain this facade just drains your vital resources.
Like having 50 tabs open on your browser and wondering why the computer is overheating.
That is a perfect analogy. The turning point is that quiet moment of profound weariness looking in the mirror. You simply can't sustain a war against your own nature.
But how do you fix that without, committing career suicide by dumping all your real thoughts on the conference table?
You use the author's concept of micro-authenticity. You start with really small, safe acts of being genuine.
Oh, like sharing a real preference in a low-stakes conversation.
Exactly. Instead of saying whatever you guys want, you actually state an opinion. You slowly unveil the mask to reclaim that lost energy.
You desperately need that bandwidth, right? Because just as they begin to find their authentic self, the narrative delivers an absolute gut punch. Chapter 3.
The sudden closure of the creative venture.
Yeah, a venture that was completely interwoven with their very identity. The news lands like a wrecking ball.
Total devastation.
The author wakes up paralyzed by the weight of 1,000 unanswered questions. And you have to see how the author handles this. It's a masterclass in pacing and emotional restraint.
Because there's no magical Hollywood montage of instant recovery.
Right. No upbeat music playing while they fix their life in 3 minutes.
Instead, the author introduces the concept of rebuilding brick by brick. They don't try to build a new building on day one.
Day one is just updating the factual edits on a resume.
Day two is researching one industry. Day three, reaching out to one contact.
But this raises an important question, doesn't it?
What's that?
How do you know what to build? If your foundation is completely gone, aren't you just building a staircase to nowhere?
That is a very real danger, and it's where Chapter 6 comes in with a compass of purpose.
Ah, okay.
The author finds direction amidst all that disarray by reflecting on peak experiences.
The moments of flow where they felt most engaged?
Yes. You extract the underlying values from those experiences and use that purpose as a daily decision-making filter. It tells you which brick to lay next.
So all of these lessons, the micro movements, the purpose, they culminate in this massive, prolonged period of intense personal adversity in Chapter 10.
The climax of the book, the crucible.
The crucible, exactly. Now, listener, I promise you, we are not going to reveal the ending or the specific details of this final challenge. We have to keep you in suspense.
Absolutely. No spoilers here,
Yeah.
but we could say this experience strips away everything the author thought they knew.
It feels like an endless night, just a wound tender to the touch.
But they survive.
Mhm.
And they do it by finding what Chapter 4 calls the glow of connection.
So what does this all mean in practice?
Well, the vibe shifts here from frantic survival to this luminous, hard-won wisdom. The author survives this climax by relying on their lantern people.
And these are friends who don't offer solutions, right? They don't try to fix the problem.
Right, no toxic positivity. They just hold space and sit in the fog with them.
That is so powerful.
It is. And furthermore, the author plants the seed of gratitude from Chapter 8.
Which, can sound like a massive self-help cliche.
It can, but the author uses it as a literal survival tactic.
Yeah.
Forcing themselves to find 3 small things to be grateful for each night.
Like just the warmth of a cup of coffee.
Exactly. Turning a barren emotional landscape into a garden of hope.
And that rigorous internal practice leads to the ultimate thematic revelation. The author realizes their scars aren't signs of failure.
They are guiding stars.
Yes, guiding stars that create a legacy of light for others.
It retroactively gives all that suffering a profound, undeniable sense of purpose. You don't just survive the dark. You become a map maker for the next person.
It's beautiful. And I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over that builds on these themes. We spend so much of our lives terrified of the dark, right?
Constantly.
We fight to stay in the familiar light. But what if the darkness you are experiencing right now isn't a tomb?
Oh, wow.
What if it's a womb? And this profound uncertainty is the exact necessary condition for your most authentic self to be born.
That paradigm shift is exactly why this book is so essential.
It really is the absolute must-read book of the season. To understand the full picture, to experience the incredible emotional stakes, and get the complete toolkit for your own changing world, you must go read the source material.
You really have to see how all these pieces fit together in the narrative.
The book is available right now, and you should go grab a copy immediately at books2read.com/BernsPen. Do not wait. Grab your lantern and step into the dark.